Okay, so the train has a couple of parts you need to understand. The first one is the gas regulator, okay? So this train runs on gas, okay? See this knob right here?
Yeah.
That's the gas regulator, okay? And go ahead and turn it clockwise. You shouldn't be able to because it's already closed, right? Now turn it counterclockwise. Okay, what that does is that lets gas out into the boiler so that the train can burn it. Okay, so close it again. Only finger tight, doesn't have to be real tight. There you go. Now, this lever right here,
Yeah, I
it's
see
right
the
here.
lever.
It looks like an actual handle, like a guy could actually have it. This is the throttle. So now this obviously controls how much steam goes into the cylinders to make the train go.
And how much speed?
And effectively how much speed, because the more steam you dump into the cylinders, the faster the train goes. So down is closed, that means it's off, and up is fastest speed.
Gotta go fast.
No, we don't want to go too fast because it flies off the track. So I want you to feel this thing. I want you to move it all the way up and all the way down so you get a sense of what it is. Again, finger tight. So push it down until it can't stop. It can go a little bit further. There you go. Okay? So now you know how to control it. Now, there's things we have to do to feed it to get it ready. All right, so the first thing we got to do is put some water in it. So this thing right here is called a safety valve. This thing unscrews, and inside, sorry YouTubers, is where we put the water. Okay? Now, the water comes from jug. Open the jug. Okay, stick the syringe in the jug, all the way down. Pull it out. Yep, fill it. There you go. All right, put the syringe in there and fill it up.
How many squirts?
It'll take 3.
So that was the first one.
We'll know when it's done when we can see the water inside the locomotive. Whoop, get it in there. Otherwise it'll slop everywhere.
Is it? Oh.
There you go. Easy, slow, slow, slow. All right, one more. Okay, dump it in. Okay, now if we look down the hole, we can see water. You can see the water right there? Okay, so that's a little bit too much. So what we want to do is we're going to put this back in, and we're going to pull it out until it doesn't pull out any more water. Okay? Keep going. Keep going. Okay, that looks good. See how it's bubbling? That means that the water level is below the nipple, so it can't get in there. I know, I said nipple. That's funny. Okay, so now take this thing, screw it back on, finger tight. Okay, the screwy part goes down. There you go. See how the bottom of it has little ridges? That's called knurling. That's so you can get a better grip. There you go. Let me check. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now, so we filled it with water. Now, the next step is to fill it with gas. This part's easy. So this is butane, right? Butane, very dangerous. Okay, now.
Let me guess. Don't get it in the eyes.
Well, hopefully don't get it in the eyes. So what we're going to do is, the gas tank is right here. See this hole?
Yeah.
Now, if you look in there, you can see that little pointy uppy thing?
Yep. Pointy uppy thing.
This hole goes on the pointy uppy thing. And then you push it down and you wait. So you line it up. Go ahead. No, hold. Make sure you line it up tight. You got to look and see what you're doing. It's really hard. You got to make sure that they're lined up on top of each other, right? So is the white one on top of the gold one?
Yep.
Okay, now push it down. Okay, now we're waiting for a sound. The hissing is good.
Sounds like a creeper's behind me.
Nope. It takes a lot of gas. Oh, okay. It's full.
Thirsty beast.
It's full. Not as thirsty as the car. Okay, so we put gas in it, we put
What
water
are those
in
things?
it. those are oil cans. We're going to use them now. Okay, oil cans. So we have 2 oil cans. This little one has steam oil, which is more important. And this one has regular lubricant oil, which we're not going to use right now because I already lubricated it. All right, so come over this side. Okay, the steam engine needs to have lubricant on the inside of its cylinders. Inside, this is a cylinder, right? Mm-hmm. This guy right here. This is what does all the work. This is the thing that goes back and forth and makes the train go. And it has to be slippery in there. Otherwise, it'll lock up and it won't do anything. So to keep it slippery, we lubricate it. Now, the way it works is steam from the boiler comes into this thing, and it takes just a little bit of oil out before it goes into the cylinders. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some more oil in because it's empty, because I know it's empty, because I spilled it all earlier. Okay? So I'm going to take this out. Okay? Now, if you look in there, you'll see something. See, you might see a little dark brown color liquid, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, what you're going to do, you're going to take this. It takes 2 hands, one hand to squeeze it, and then the other hand to direct it in. So make sure you point it in good. Now squeeze it gently. Okay. Now we got to wait for it because it forms bubbles. You see how it went down? Okay. Do another squeeze. Again, gently. Okay, wait. This stuff is really gooey. It's like maple syrup, see?
I see.
And that's because it needs to run at high heat. So when it gets hot with the steam, it's actually not gooey at all. Okay, so that's a lot of it. And I don't think there's any bubbles in there. We can open the bottom though. Okay.
Are you sure we want to do that?
All right. Well, I did it.
Stuff on your fingers.
I know. Don't worry. I got rags. I did that to sort of to release any air in the bottom, and therefore I got some on me. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's pretty. Well, oh no, we got a little room in there. Let's put another one. One more. Okay, watch. Don't spill it. Takes very little. You done? Okay, good. That ought to do it. It doesn't take much. Okay, so do me a favor now. Put this cap on there. Screw it tight.
How am I gonna?
It takes practice. At least you got little hands. Screw it in. Finger tight. Yeah, looks good. There's a rag right there. Okay. So the locomotive takes 3 things to get it running. 3 kinds of food. It takes water. It takes a fuel source, which in this case is butane.
And stuff.
And steam oil to keep it lubricated. So now we're going to start it. Okay? To start it, we have to use some fire. So
I'm not going to do this one.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on, and you're going to open the gas valve, right? And you'll know when it lights because it makes a popping noise. Okay? Now, you don't have to open it a lot. Watch. See the hiss? That's all we want, just a little hiss. Okay? So when I tell you, you do the hiss. Okay, hiss. Oh, not enough. A little more. Okay, good enough. All right. So now there's a fire inside the boiler. It's going to heat all the water up. Okay? So this is going to take a few minutes. So, one of the things we've learned is that just like the real trains, a little sand on the tracks, we have to really grind it in, actually aids with traction. And earlier I was having trouble pulling more than one car because there wasn't enough traction and the train would just peel out something fierce. So we had plenty of power, we just couldn't get any adhesion. So this technique seems to work. I used it earlier today and got much higher quality results. It doesn't look like much is happening here, but there is actually some pretty fine dust building up on the tracks. So this is our consist for today. We got our 3 New Haven box cars, and this bobber caboose, which is called because of the way it rode. It's only got 4 wheels, so it was not a nice ride. People didn't like them. And this is a PRR caboose. I got this from my friend Ed, and it turns out this caboose is like 30 years old, but it works just fine now that I put some metal wheels on it and greased it up a bit. So that's what we're pulling today, and with the sand we should actually be able to pull all of them, no problem. Alright, so we're getting up to pressure now. Let's turn down the regular there a little bit. Okay, get about 40 pounds. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Without a roller seat, there's really no point trying to back this in. It's not gonna go. Okay. Make sure everybody's on the rails. Looks good. Alright, let's crack the throttle on this thing and see if it goes. We got somebody off the rails here. Yep, that's no good. Okay, it should work now. Off it goes. Right here, this is the steepest grade, and we'll see her come right at us. Here it comes. Now this is the fun part. It's actually going to build up steam, and it should eventually get on its way all by itself. Come on. It's going to make a lot